Namaskar. Today in this presentation we will be dealing with some important questions that will be useful for us in our LDCE examinations, limited departmental competitive examinations for JE and ADSTE post. Some of the questions that we will be dealing here are in this presentation from 1 to 20 questions. So as per IRSEM, Indian Railway Signal Engineering Manual 2021 edition, which type of cable can be used for track TLJBs, track circuit TLJBs to rails? Is it 2.25 square mm copper cable, 6 core 1.58 square mm copper cable, 2 into 25 square mm copper, or both 1 and 2 above can be used? And answer is both 1 and 2. Both 2 into 2.5 square mm copper cable and 6 core 1.58 square mm cable is also nowadays being used. Presently, generally 2 into 2.5 square mm is being used. A gate is classified as special when the TUV means total vehicle units, is greater than 5,000, greater than 30,000 to 50,000, 25,000 to 30,000, or 20,000 to 25,000. So a gate is classified as special when the TUV is greater than 50,000. Here you can see if it is greater than 50,000 they are called as special. If it is from 30,000 to 50,000, then they are termed as A class. If it is 25,000 to 30,000, B1 class, while B2 class 20,000 to 25,000. If it is less than 20,000, these gates are termed as C class gates. Engineering scale plan, generally called the ESP, should be prepared in scale 1 is to 1000 scale. So these are not the answers. The correct answer is 1 is to 1000 scale. In engineering scale plan, gradient and its changes should be shown up to what distance from the first stop signal on both ends. First stop signal, which can be your home signal, from home signal at up to what distance gradients should be shown. It is up to 2.5 kilometers, that is station home signal to 2.5 kilometers on both sides. You need to show the gradient and its changes. The minimum clear standing room for all new lines should be, that is for all new lines, not the existing lines. So the correct answer is 720 mm. So you can see the 720 mm, it is the clear standing room for all the new lines, while previously it was 686 meters. Which of the following is true? All running lines must be isolated from sidings, that is non-running lines. All passenger lines must be isolated from goods running lines. Traffic yard should be isolated from the private siding. Loco yard or engineering sliding, and all the above are true. So this is basically connected with isolation and isolation of running lines. This is the answer is all these should be, all these three are true. Question 7. Provision of slip siding is required if the gradient is steeper than 1 in 100 falling towards block. Slip siding used to protect the block section and the gradient is 1 in 100. Similarly, provision of catch sliding is required if the gradient is steeper than 1 in 80 falling towards the station side. So answer here is D. So you can see the difference. Catch sliding, it is 1 in 80 falling towards the station side, as catch sliding protects the station section. Similarly, slip side protects the block section and the gradient is 1 in 100. Now, automatic fire suppression system along with automatic fire detection and alarm system may be provided in general at stations with more than 400 routes, more than 200 routes, more than 100 routes, or to be provided at all stations. Well, the correct answer is more than 400 routes. Here I am talking about automatic fire suppression system along with automatic fire detection and alarm system. Automatic fire detection and alarm system may be provided almost irrespective of the number of routes. Here he is talking about fire detection only, not fire suppression. Automatic fire suppression system along with automatic fire detection and alarm system may be provided at stations with more than 400 routes and with approval of the competent authority, that is PCST, at other stations also. Wherever required, that can be provided fire suppression system, but with the approval of PCST. For more than 400 routes, it can be proposed directly. RCC cable markers shall be placed at an interval of X within station section and Y in the block section for guidance. What is X and Y? RCC, reinforced cement concrete cable markers. I am talking about cable markers. So it is 20 meters and 50 meters. 20 meters and 50 meters. That is, every 20 meters cable marker should be placed in station section and in block section 50 meters. Cable marker shall be painted in white letters on red background. Red background, white letters should be given. Question number 11. In the detailed survey and finalization of route plan for OFC, which chart is prepared? The chart, 10-kilometer chart, 5-kilometer chart, 2-kilometer chart, or 1-kilometer chart. So the chart is called as 5-kilometer chart. For the preparation of main OFC cable route plan, 5-kilometer chart should be prepared, which covers a length of 5 kilometers of the route. The horizontal scale is 10 centimeters, is termed as 1 kilometer. Minimum distance required to be maintained between OHE mast and OFC cable in yards and outside yard is 1.5 meters and 5.75 meters respectively. This is the correct answer. So what is the minimum distance required to be maintained between your OHE mast and OFC cable? OHE mast is there if you are having a OFC cable in the yard and outside yard. So what is the distance? 1 meter if it is in yard and 5.75 meters if it is in outside yard. As per SCM 2021, maximum permissible speed for run-through trains on main line for standard 3 interlocking is. So standard 3 interlocking, it is 140 kilometers per hour. Here you can see standard 1 is up to 50 kilometers, standard 2 110 kilometers, standard 3 140 kilometers up to 140 kilometers, and standard 4 it is up to 160 kilometers. The induced volt, next question number 14. The induced voltage in underground unscreened cable shall be reckoned as X voltage per kilometer on double line under normal conditions when the catenary current of 1000 amps. What is X? So the correct answer is 95 volts per kilometer. That is, the induced voltage in an unscreened cable per kilometer is 95 volts per kilometer. Here let me tell you something connected with induced voltage in the underground unscreened cable shall be 116 per kilometer on single line when the catenary current is 800 amps. Here this is double line 95 volts per kilometer, while single line it is 116 volts per kilometer. Question 15. The maximum length of DC circuits on QNA1 line relays with unscreened cable on double line shall be restricted to 2.1, 2.8, 180 meters or 220 meters. The answer is 2.8 kilometers. The maximum length of DC circuits on QNA1 relays for any HPR and such other relays, what is the maximum length that you can take? The maximum length of DC circuits on unscreened cables on single line is 2.1 kilometers, while on double line it is 2.8 kilometers. System integrity test involving both indoor and outdoor signaling equipment for functional working and safety to be done once in 5 years. What is this system integrity test? For example, your panel and points are there. Every 5 years you should check the correspondence test. That is, if the point is normal placed, even at the panel also it should be normal. Such safety tests have to be done, which is called the system integrity test, once in 5 years. It has to be done even when any new installation work has been done, new alteration work has done, or if now no work has been done, then at least once in 5 years it should be done. 17th question. In EI installations, clean and dirty wiring shall be clearly segregated. What is the minimum distance between them? Clean and dirty wires. Answer is 150 mm. So 150 mm is the minimum distance that should be given between clean and dirty wiring. Now, what is clean and dirty wiring? Clean wiring is our wiring which is carries voltage and other things. Dirty wiring connects with other earthing and other things. Here, regulated and protected power lines are called clean wires. Regulated and protected power lines. While electrical service lines used for room lighting, air conditioning, or fans are called dirty lines. For long or curved platforms, a starter indicator may be provided to repeat the aspect of the starter as an aid to the guard to enable him to know the aspect of starter. What aspect will the starter exhibit when concerned starter is at on and when it is off? Here, for long curved platforms, we have a starter indicator to help the guard. It is provided generally in the middle of the station or the near the platform. So the answer is uh, no light when the starter is on. So this indicator will not have any light when the starter is at on position, that is red, and yellow light when the starter is taken off. So when the starter is taken off, the starter indicator that is provided in the middle of the platform will not have any light when the starter is on, and when the starter is taken off for any signal for any train, then it will show yellow light. A home signal may be placed at a distance of 300 meters from BSLB in MACLS van. Normally, a home signal is placed at a distance of 180 meters from rear of the points up to which the line may be obstructed. That is your block overlap. But at some places it is 300 meters. That is signal overlap plus block overlap 120 plus 180, which is 300 meters. Under what conditions? The answer is both these, where there is a continuous down gradient towards station steeper than 1 in 260 between distance and home signal in single distant territory. If it is a single distant territory, that is only home and distant, then with a steeper than 120, there you may place a home signal at a distance of 300 meters from BSLB. Or in another case where it is double distant territory, when there is a continuous down gradient towards station steeper than 1 in 60 between inner distant and home in double distant territory. So in both can double distant or distant, if the steeper 1 in 60, then you can provide a home signal at a distance of 300 meters from BSLB. Question number 20. As per IRSCM 2021, what is the maximum permissible induced voltage in RE area for human safety, and what is the factor of safety considered? The maximum permissible induced voltage in RE area uh, that we have seen, it is 96 volts per kilometer and 116 volts per kilometer, previous question. Now maximum permitted induced voltage for human safety, this is now we are talking about human safety, it is 400 volts and 1.5. So we are trained to work in 400 volts, and the factor of safety is 1.5. Thank you. Jai Hind.